Okay, today's lesson is reciprocal trig functions. We knew the sine was opposite over hypotenuse, or it's also 1 over the secant, no, cosecant, sorry, cosecant. 1 over the sine is the cosecant. I know that 1 over the cosine is the secant. This is 1 over the secant. 1 over the tangent is the cotangent. Oh, don't forget you got to have an angle on there, sorry. Put your angle in. 1 over the cotangent. They're reciprocals of each other. So this is opposite over hypotenuse. The cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. All right? These 6 trig functions, cosecant, secant, cotangent, sine, cosine, tangent, we ask for all the time. Find all 6 ratios of the triangle. Okay? So this is triangle. The first thing you got to do is find that other side. So you have 17 squared minus 8 squared, and you take the square root, and you get 15. That was the other triple. 8, 15, 17. There we go. All right, so your 6 trig ratios, the sine, cosine, then we do tangent, cotangent, cosecant, secant. Sine, you do opposite over hypotenuse, 15 over 17. The cosine is 8 over 17. And you guys use a horizontal line for your fractions, all right? Tangent is opposite over hypotenuse over adjacent, 15 over 8. The cotangent flips it over. The cosecant is the reciprocal of that, so it's 17 over 15. The hypotenuse over opposite. And the secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. Okay? Horizontal line to when you make your fractions. Write all 6 for this one. Same thing, you got to find the other side, which is what? 11 squared minus 7 squared. It's the square root of 72. Not very pretty. So leave it that way. We don't care. All right, so you have the sine and the cosine. The tangent. Notice you got to put your angle in there. And the cotangent. And the cosecant. And the secant. Here's your angle. Opposite over hypotenuse. 7 over 11. Root 72. That's a 7. Over 11. Tangent. 7 over root 72. I'm not even going to rationalize it. You do not need to. Cotangent is root 72 over 7. Cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine, so 11 over 7. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, so you get 11 over root 72. That's a 72. I'm really bad at those. The way I remember secant and cosecant, this starts with a C, ends with an S. This starts with an S and ends with a C. And since I know the cosine and secant go together, therefore the cosecant and sine have to go together. Just a little hint. That's how I learned them. Okay. Find the 5 other sides of the ratio, given that the sine is equal to 12 over 13. Well, draw your triangle. All else fails. And I usually put my angle right here. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And what is that? Squared minus 12 squared is 5. Well, there's another triple for you. 5, 12, 13. Okay, so now my cosine is 5 over 13. The secant is the reciprocal, so let's do that one. The cosecant is 13 over 12. Tangent is 12 over 5. And the cotangent is 5 over 12. You see how I did? You drew the triangle. All right, find the 5 other ones when the cosine is 1/4. So this is 1, this is 4. 4 squared, 16 minus 1 is 15. And leave them exact. Do not turn them into decimals. I'm going to let you finish that. Same here. Draw your triangle. Opposite over hypotenuse. So that's 9 plus 4 is 13. And you got, all right? These two you got to think about. 6 ratios between the x-axis and the line that passes through 6, 7. They forgot to say that it goes to the origin. Okay, so here's my x-axis, and it goes through 6, 7. So here's the line. Okay, and there's my angle. Well, if this point right here is 6, 7, this distance is the x, this distance is the y, and you get 36 plus 49 is 85. So this is the square root of 85. And now you can do your opposites over adjacents. Same thing here. The difference is you're going to have some negatives. So we'll do this one. The x-axis, -4, 5. So this side of my triangle is -4. This side is 5. So 25 and 16 is 41. So we need the sine and the cosine. Okay, the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. That's 41, sorry. 5 over the square root of 41. And the cosine is -4 over the square root of 41. In these problems, if you leave off the negative, you lose all credit for it. It's not a, oops, I forgot the negative. It's, oops, you're in the wrong quadrant and you have the wrong answer, okay? The tangent of theta and the cotangent. The tangent's going to be 5 over -4. Remember, that's the same as if you put the negative out front. Okay, so like the cotangent, I could write this like this. Because if one of them's negative, the whole thing's negative. And then we have the cosecant, which is the reciprocal of that. And the secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. All right? And then that's all there is to this lesson today. So practice your right triangle trig and practice your reciprocal identities. Do all 6 in all those different events. Bye.